I don't say that to throw shade.
If I was you, I'd be ready to throw hands. My special guest today is Gabby Douglas, a gymnast whose performances on the floor made her a household name very early on in your career. But in case anybody needs a reminder, you are a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, 2-time world gymnastics champion, first African-American to win the Olympic all-around title, and am I reading this right? You even have your own Barbie doll? Did I stick the description?
Yes,
But I'm
perfect. 10 out of 10, yes.
Yes, love it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is crazy. You are so accomplished. And
Thank you.
You've obviously spent more hours in the gym than most of us will spend in our entire lifetime. I'm curious, like, did you get into this life, this dedication, because you wanted to make a lot of money with gymnastics?
No, I love the sport as a whole.
Yeah.
I love performing. That's my favorite part. I love designing the leotards. I did not get into it for the money. And even now, like coming back, and a lot of people are like, oh, she's just in it for the money. Listen, gymnastics is too hard to just do it for money. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do it for a purpose. I do it for a purpose. I love it. You know, some things come very natural to me. And so you have to really love what you do. Otherwise, you'll hate it. Like, I was very young at the time when I first started gymnastics and going on and taking my career very seriously. I didn't realize how much money went into my sport. Of course, my family sacrificed a lot. They wanted me to focus on gymnastics. They didn't want me to focus on the money part and that side of it. But like, now being in the business, being in my brand, and like jumping back a little bit and saying, oh wow, like this costs a lot to maintain, to keep up with. So like, it's honestly changed my perspective.
Yeah, and can you talk to me about some of those costs? Because I have never been a gymnast.
Yes.
I've watched Stick It, so I feel like I might be an expert.
I love that movie, yeah.
But like, what are you paying for exactly?
You pay basically for everything. So you pay for the grips, you pay for your time at the gym, and so you pay for the coaches as far as the coaches to coach you. So you have monthly tuition, and then you pay for tuition. Yes.
So it's like a college. You basically have to pay monthly.
Yes. So you have to pay monthly. Leotards. It depends on if you wanted to upgrade your leotards, you have to pay for that. Travel, coaches fees, your fees, administration, it's a lot.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's fee, fi, fo, fums.
Like, yes, very expensive.
Like, do you remember any of the sacrifices that your family had to make to like help you achieve this dream?
It's so crazy because although we lived in the same house, I was in my own world and they were in their own world, if that makes sense.
Wait, explain that to me.
I was always at the gym. So Gabby was always at the gym. My second home was my home. And my first home was my gym.
Yeah.
And so I didn't realize how much they did to help me achieve my dream. My 2 siblings, my 2 sisters gave up their sport so I could do mine.
What did they play?
So my sister was in ice skating, and I actually felt a little bit terrible because like she was a beautiful skater, like the talent runs in the family. And my older sister, she's the main one that got me started in gymnastics. Okay. So she did gymnastics, and then she did cheerleading and ballroom dancing. So she had to give up her dreams and her sports to help me achieve mine. But I am so grateful that they had that mindset of, okay, like let's sacrifice for our baby sister, and we don't mind. We don't have any jealousy. We don't have any, ill will towards her. So like I said, it was very, very amazing for me to have that support.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Like, what were the odd jobs folks were picking up?
Yeah, so I mean, once you get on the national team, you do get funded. So thankfully, I made the national team in 2011, and then so on and so forth. But prior to that, they had to do, my mom had to work 2 shifts, like a lot of jobs, and my other 2 sisters had to do like fundraising. And so going out and working, they do like a booster club for the gym. So you have to like pay for, and it's not just me, it was other girls involved too with their parents. And so, I know that wasn't super fun, but gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta explain to me, how do you make money as a professional gymnast? Like, what are we doing?
So you can make money a lot of ways.
Okay.
By brand deals, which a lot of us get our income from brand deals. I do a lot of speaking engagements, a lot of social media, and licensing, merchandising. And especially now this generation, it's amazing where social media has become very, very big, and you can broaden your resources and avenues. Also do a lot of investing, and looking to get into some real estate. So I think it really depends on the person, their personality, and what their passion is.
Yeah. And did you and your teammates ever talk about money?
I never talked money with my teammates. I know they talked money.
Okay, wait, can you talk to me about this a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm a very private person.
Okay.
And I like to keep my stuff,
Yeah.
on low key on the DL.
Yeah.
I never even talked about brands, like partnering with brands.
Interesting.
With them.
But you said that they were talking amongst each other?
Yes.
And what do you think the benefits, but also the drawbacks of that would have been?
I don't know if there was anything that went on.
Yeah.
As far as jealousy, if someone were to say, oh, guess what? I made this amount and this amount and this amount. And especially if you're working with the same brand, which sometimes they normally do, and the brand will pay this person more money than this person, but it all depends on if you have a good agent or not.
Right.
So I don't know if that happened, but I think that could be one of the drawbacks if you start engaging in conversations like that. But,
The other flip side is if you find out your teammate's making more, maybe you can then go and say, we want more.
Yeah, that's a positive side. Is like going back to your agent, like, hey, what about this?
Yeah.
Which that probably did happen. Again, I don't really know the details, but yeah.
Was there anyone in your life that you did talk money with? Maybe your mom or your siblings?
I would say my mom and my sister, my older sister.
Okay. It's always the older sister.
It's always the older sister. More experience.
Yeah.
She's very, very smart. I'm so grateful for her to this day. She helps out a lot with the finances and behind the scenes. And like anytime I have trouble, she's the first person I'm calling with anything. My sister is very, very smart when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to bookkeeping. I love to be involved in it and to learn, but she supersedes me in that area where I do need her help. And she keeps everything intact, everything glued together. So I'm very grateful for her.
I have to ask, what was it like having a momager a la Kris Jenner? Like, did you like that? Or did you feel like you're like, Mom, just like sometimes like you're just like mad at her and you just want to go home?
Yeah, I'll be very honest with this question. It's 50-50. I will say that. And again, we were so new. I was so young. So it made sense for my mom to hop on and protect me because I was a minor. But there were some,
you're making this hand motion.
It's like kind of butting heads a little bit.
Yeah.
But and I don't say that to throw shade. I don't say that to be rude to my mother. It's family, right? And of course, you're gonna butt heads with your family.
Yeah.
And so it's 50-50.
Yeah. I can't think of a single mother-daughter relationship that doesn't butt heads.
I think that would be a little bit not normal.
Yeah.
If it was like, it was great, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know, like what? I don't trust that.
No, but that's really great because she's got your best interests in mind and she's gonna take care of you.
Yes.
How did you pick a financial team around you to help you succeed?
Yeah, it was definitely on me at that age. I'm just kidding. It was my mom. She picked the right team for me. And obviously, again, we were all learning. She was learning. We were thrown to this world. We have learned a lot as a family. We have grown a lot. But she also had the idea of, hey, let's hire this person. Let's hire this person. She did pick an amazing team that I still have contacts with and still have a very good relationship with my agent. He's my agent currently.
You're still with them. So did you didn't ever make mistakes hiring on your team? Have there ever been people that you had to like, oh, you made a face?
Yeah, yes.
There have been mistakes.
Oh, there have been quite a few mistakes. Again, it's a learning process. But we can share our experiences with other people like, hey, maybe, we've experienced that. It's probably not a good idea. So we'll take it.
Yeah, nice. And what exactly were you looking for when you guys were trying to find a team? Was it just that trust or people who could, bring it down to your guys' like knowledge level and explain it simply? Like what was important to you guys?
Yeah, it was very important for us and still to this day for our team our team to have the same vision that we have. I know a lot of people that we've known, they'll try to switch your aesthetic or views or what you do. So it's very important to us to hire people to see our vision and to be on brand and to be true and authentic to us. If that makes sense.
That totally makes sense. I do want to ask an interesting question because I saw this headline. If you win a gold medal, you only make $37,500, your earnings from actual gymnastics. Like, would those have actually been able to cover your bills?
We didn't grow up with money.
Yeah.
And so like even when the smallest deal came in, I was so happy. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, like, yeah, we got bank. And so I think at that mindset and that age, I thought it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And also too, we didn't have that lifestyle of, Cartier and Louis Vuitton. It was like very, very simple.
Yeah.
And so in our heads, it was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. We came from $0 in the bank or like $15 to this amount. And we're like, okay, yeah, let's go.
How did you feel about that money and what did you do with it when you first got it?
After the Olympics, I wanted to go back in the gym because gymnastics is my passion.
What?
Yeah, I was crazy.
Girlie, after you won, you weren't like, oh, let's go for a shopping. Like, you didn't want to do anything. You want to go back to the gym.
Of course, yes, exactly. I was crazy. Like, thinking about it now, it's like, well, why didn't I, like, have more fun with it?
Yeah.
I think, a little brainwashed. I think I was because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I wish I would have done a little bit more and experienced a little bit more. But again, I have experienced a lot. I did get a Louis Vuitton bag after I did all the media and press, which is very, very fun.
What was that first in-store designer shopping experience like?
It was very, very cool.
Okay.
So when I went to the store, it was literally right after London. And so I'm like shopping around and they're like, oh my God, that's Gabby Douglas. And so then like the owner of the store like comes, he's like, hey, like let's take you up to the rooftop and get you drinks and like any bag that you want, like we'll model it for you, like lay it all out. And it was a very cool experience. They brought, obviously I couldn't drink, but they bought champagne. My mom drank it and my agent, but they bought champagne and Louis Vuitton chocolates.
Oh, cute.
And it was just so cool. Very, very cool experience.
And it's such a, that reward for having worked so hard for so long.
Yes.
What do you get when you start an account with other banks? A coffee mug? Maybe a pen? A lollipop? A notepad? You don't need any more useless junk. You need more money in your bank account. I'm gonna show you step-by-step how signing up with SoFi can help make that happen. First, go to sofi.com/richerlives and click the Open an Account button and fill out the information like your name and your address, the basics. Next, you're gonna set up direct deposit. Just grab the form from your employer, shoot an email to your payroll department, and they'll point you in the right direction. Choose how much of each paycheck you want to deposit into your SoFi checking and savings account. You can choose as much or as little as you want. And boom, now you're earning SoFi's highly competitive APY on savings balances with direct deposit. Plus, you can get a bonus of up to $300. My hot tip, keep that bonus in a SoFi Vault, aka savings account, so you can grow your money even more. All right, Gabby, so I wanna pivot a little bit. Let's be real, being a gymnast, it's certainly hard on your body.
Very.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's arguing against that. And your window for being on the mats is relatively short compared to a normal 40-year career of like a teacher, firefighter, accountant, whatever. How have you set yourself up to have a long tail career in the sport overall?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We do have a short window, but I think if you can capitalize on that moment and sort of transition into whatever you want to do is golden. I think the more you can branch out, the more successful, in my opinion, that you can be. As I got older, again, I had the mindset of gymnastics is not forever.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to, and my family as well, like let's diversify all the incomes and let's be smart about it, work hard and play harder.
When you are taking on brand partners, how do you make sure that you're like, yes, this is the one? This is not.
You have to decide as an individual. Me personally, I love to do things that are very authentic to my brand. A lot of them, I've worked with a ton of brands, and a lot of them are very, very amazing. They make all about family and, hey, okay, let's meet in the middle on some of the content, or like, let's meet in the middle on how many posts. So like a lot of them have been very, very gracious and have kind of stepped down and be like, okay, let's kind of pivot the content as far as what's going to be put out there.
To make sure it fits Gabby.
It fits me, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once your time on the mat is complete,
Yes.
what are your plans for, your relationship with gymnastics going forward? You want to coach? You want to?
I don't have the patience. I'm sorry. Yeah, everyone's like, you should coach. I don't think I have the patience for that. I mean, probably.
But like, is there anything else in the world of gymnastics you do, like commentating, anything else?
I think it'd be very fun to commentate, but again, I'm very animated at times, And sometimes when things get a little bit scary or sketchy, or like, I will go, in the microphone. I don't know if that's the best thing. I'll try not to, but like that, I'm just that way. I would love to do it though. I have done it. I've done coaching as far as people bring me out and say, hey, will you take a look at this, or through video. So I definitely think I will still be involved in gymnastics, but I definitely do want to be more in the workout space.
Okay. In the broader workout space.
Yes.
I like that. And we talk all about, all the things you've done because of gymnastics.
Yes.
What if it didn't work out? What if you didn't get the 3 medals?
I always think about that. Always. And it's like so hard to think about that because I'm like, what if I would have fallen in 2012?
Yeah.
Or didn't go for it in 2012. And then 2016, I would have been older. And it didn't really necessarily happen to me in 2016. Like I didn't do my best in 2016.
Yeah.
And it's a very scary thought because I didn't have no backup plan.
You didn't have
No
backup plan.
Which is crazy. It is no backup plan, no college, no like just in case if she were to do this, we could do that. No backup plan.
You were completely jumping off the cliff, no parachute.
Yes, 100%, which is crazy, 100% faith that this is gonna work.
I don't think I have that much faith in literally anything.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like thinking about it's a very scary thought.
Yeah. These days, a lot of young people are actually choosing to take kind of like what I call like a midpoint step. They're going to college because now that
NIL.
With NIL, they're having the opportunity to make real money, support their passion, and then still potentially have the opportunity to go pro. Like, do you think if you were now in this era and you were Lil Gabby, would you have gone to college?
That's honestly a good question. I don't think I would have.
Okay.
My mind at that point was the Olympics. I always wanted to compete on a world stage, represent something, and be a part of something. Not to say that college is not, you're not a part of something in college, but like I said, like that was my dream in 2004, and I was watching the Olympics. I was like, I want to do that. I want to be there. So I don't think I would have gone to college. I've always done something very intense. Gymnastics is very intense.
Yeah.
And then it opened up amazing opportunities for me, and I got to do so much. But now it's like, I want to do the normal things. Like in 2016, we're always, it was very controlling when I was doing the sport, and it was what to eat, what to wear, how to, do your skills and what skills to do. So coming out of that, I'm like, who am I? Who is Gabby Douglas? Apart from what people are telling me what to do, what to wear, and all that jazz. So it's the normal things like, hey, I like this. I like this food. I like to cook. I like to skateboard. I like to hike. So I just dove into all of that after my second Olympic Games.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is your, give us a couple of your, normal hobbies now.
I love to skateboard.
I feel like that's a veer off from left course.
It really is. When I tell you, I dove into a lot. I dove into karate, skateboarding. I loved hiking, cooking. Like I couldn't even boil water. I know it's dramatic, but I could, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I love, I have 2 acoustic guitars, a ukulele, and so I play. And just a whole bunch of stuff.
You're playing ukulele on your skateboard, and if you have a dog and you're drinking a little cranberry juice, that's the next TikTok video right there.
Yeah, of course.
So now we know what your hobbies are. I have to ask, if you weren't a gymnast, what career would you be? What if you had to have a regular job, a schmegular job?
A regular job? Okay, in 2012, I did want to quit gymnastics and work at Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why? Did you just want free Chick-fil-A?
Yes. I was obsessed with Chick-fil-A. I was obsessed with their milkshakes. And so I was like, maybe I'll just work at Chick-fil-A. And it was so funny because after 2012, the CEO called me. He was like, hey, we still got that job open. You can wash the dishes. I'm like, I think I'm good.
All-in-one products. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they're a girl's worst nightmare. AKA my husband's 5-in-1 shampoo, conditioner, face wash, body wash, 24-hour deodorizer. It might even be window cleaner. Ooh. Here's an all-in-one idea that just makes sense. An all-in-one finance app. Because I know all your phones have a little folder on there with a whole mess of financial apps you've downloaded, and you're not opening all of those on a regular basis. That's better. SoFi makes it easy to do all of your banking, borrowing, tracking of your finances, and more all in one place. So you know exactly what's going on with your money all the time. Go to SoFi.com/richerlives to open an account and start getting your money right today. Yeah, like today, like right now. Go ahead, hit pause. We'll still be here.
So we're gonna play a little game.
Alrighty.
It's called BYOG,
Okay.
Build Your Own Gym. And this is like the meme, you have $10 and then you have to like put together your perfect XYZ. So in this case, you have $10 and we are building
Oh my God, cute.
your perfect private gym. Imagine you have a warehouse, $10,
Okay.
build your own gym. I wanna know what your perfect gym would look like, but then I'm gonna tell you mine.
So I'm definitely gonna spend $4 on the uneven bars.
Okay.
Of the bars. And then we're gonna go $3 for the foam pit.
Okay.
Let me see. $1 for the chalk bucket, obviously.
You need the chalk?
We need the chalk for the bars.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's $8. Let's go $2 for a crash mat.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Can I tell you my insane gym that I would build?
Yes, tell me.
So I can't do any of the 3 things at the top, so I don't need that.
Okay.
I'm getting the trampoline,
Alrighty.
the foam pit,
Okay.
the crash mat.
Okay.
So now I've spent, what? That is 6 plus 2, that's 2. So I have $2 left. I would get the stereo so I could jam out to some tunes and the springboard. Essentially, I am just trying to jump as high as humanly possible and then land softly.
That's honestly like good vibes. I actually love that. I'm thinking more like gymnastics, but you're thinking more like having fun.
Like I'm building a
That's
Chuck E.
cute.
Cheese.
Yeah. No, I think your gym would make more money than my gym.
Yeah. All right, now that we know what your perfect gym would look like, I do want to roll it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I recently watched a video of Suni Lee.
Okay.
And she was on uneven bars. And
Okay.
she went to go grip the bar and she missed and just landed straight on her chest. You could tell she had the wind knocked out of her.
Ooh, yeah.
It's really scary. My guess is you didn't suddenly start flipping a trillion times in the air and
Yeah.
land it perfect on the first go. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you've fallen a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Were there any moments where you fell and got physically hurt and you were like, damn, like it made you scared to go again?
Yes. I have fallen so many times. And my coach always said too, like it's okay to fall as long as you're making the corrections. I have taken some pretty nasty falls.
Yeah.
I am so thankful that I haven't been seriously injured. In 2011, I got scared of my dismount, my handspring double pike, and I just wouldn't throw it. And I didn't have a nasty fall.
Yeah.
I didn't land weird. It was crazy. Like I just had a mental block, but gymnastics is that way where your mind would just be like, stop. Like you'll be running down the vault runway and you're like, go to hurdle and your mind's just like, stop. It's the craziest thing. It's like so psychological. But yeah, I did it in competition where I balked. That's what the terminology is. It's like you stop midair, you just don't go. And so I didn't go for it for a while. And my coach is like, Gabby, you have 5 dismounts.
Okay.
If you stop
dismounting is when you like land.
Yes, dismounting.
Okay.
So on beam, I was scared of my dismount. And so they would be like, the assignment is to do 5. If you stop on any one of these 5, you have to add 3.
So your 5 could turn into 8, could turn
Exactly.
into 11.
Mine turned into 20. And then I just wouldn't go. I wouldn't even go for the first back handspring because it was tripping me out so much that I had 20 dismounts. And then they're like, okay, yeah. I was like, I'm not doing 20 because then if I stopped, I would have extra. It would be like 23.
Oh my gosh, you were being charged dismount fees, dismount interest. Your dismount debt was getting way too high.
Yep. And they're like, okay, if you don't get out. And I was like, all right. Yep.
How did you overcome that?
I had to decide. I had to say, all right, am I going to let fear rule my career, or am I going to overcome it? And so went home. Come on, Gabs, you can do it. Give myself the speech.
Wait. What's the speech? Give me the speech. I want to know.
The speech is just like, come on, Gabs. Like just hyping yourself up. Like, come on, Gabs. Like, we're better than this. We're not going to let fear, just, rule our lives.
Yeah.
And so then like the next day I'm like, all right, come on. And it's crazy because when you don't conquer that specific fear, it bleeds into all your gymnastics.
So you obviously dealt with a lot of tough love during
Yes.
that era.
Yes.
Now that you are a little bit older,
Yes.
you are your own person, you get to call the shots. Like, how has your training shifted in the gym? Maybe give me like the earliest schedule
Okay.
for like 2012.
Okay.
And then we'll do a schedule for 2024.
Okay. So in 2012, I went 6 days a week. Sunday was off, but it felt so quick. It was like
Yeah.
I didn't even have a day off.
Yeah. But now that you're an adult, what does a normal gym workout look like?
A normal gym would be like missing 3 days. kinda. I didn't do a lot of hours, especially going into the 2024 journey.
Yeah.
Again, too, I had to pace myself because I had been out for so
Right.
long, and to just kind of like slam everything together so quickly is very dangerous because your body's not used to that pounding. It's not used to like being stretched like that very quickly.
Yeah.
So I had to take it seriously, like piece by piece.
Yeah.
Because I had been out so long. So I didn't do double days. I mean, I did, but initially I did
But
it.
I didn't do. Just kidding. I did.
I did. I was like, wait, I did. This is my first time living an hour plus some whatever there was traffic or not
Yeah.
from the gym. Like in 2012, I lived 5 minutes from the gym.
Got you.
In 2016, I lived like 15 minutes from the gym.
Got you.
And this is an hour.
That's
so
a
it's
long
like,
drive.
It is.
That's a long, long drive.
Yep.
But you know what? This is next era metamorphosis, Gabby.
Yeah.
Like, you can live an hour from the gym.
It kind of sucks. I'm
Oh,
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Because you're like in that mind space of like wanting to get there. And then by that, it's kind of like, I just want to go to like Whole Foods and get like, you know what I mean? Like driving is tiring.
You guys, Gabby Douglas, she's just like us.
I am.
Yeah.
And I am, yep.
Just a regular girl who wants to go get Whole Food sushi. I'm in. We have to rewind this a little bit because I don't know how to drive. So,
Are you being for real?
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is that like essential? Sorry. What?
It is essential, but I spent most of my life, or at my adult life, living in New York.
So,
I
it
take the
doesn't make
subway.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah. So I gotta ask, like, why are you living an hour away from the gym?
Okay, it's not ideal, and the comeback was kind of like, oh, like what if I came back? Like let's do it, kind of sort of thing, like on the fly. So we lived in California for 7 years.
Yeah.
Taxes are crazy, and so we were like, let's go. And we settled in Dallas. We have family in Dallas. We actually spent time in Dallas when we were
Yeah.
younger. Loved it. So like, oh, let's move back. And then we got a farm. Yeah.
Farm, like old
farm.
MacDonald had a.
Yes, had a
Oh,
farm. So we
okay.
live on a farm. It's cute. It's very private. We lived in Salina.
Okay.
And so we were leasing at that time.
Uh-huh.
But the owner of the property that we were leasing from, he was like, hey, like Gabby Douglas on my property. And so he posted it on Facebook. And so
That has to be illegal.
that's what I said. I was like, it's violation. Like,
Yeah.
anyways, we were just like, okay, whatever, let's let it go. But like the whole neighborhood was
Showed
knocking
up.
at it. Yeah. And on Halloween, it was really bad. Like there was a mob of people. Like I'm not even feeling the whole neighborhood.
And
They were
they're
like
all dressed like
banging.
you?
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd have been crazy.
They all
yeah.
have leotards on.
Yeah, they were like knocking on the door, like literally like on the fence, like Gabby, like it was crazy. So we were like,
We gotta go.
We gotta go somewhere more private, gated. So we ended up,
Ended up with a farm.
with a farm.
Okay, I love that. What does it cost to run said farm? Like, do you have like, are there animals?
Yes, we started off with 5 cows, and
Okay.
now I think we have 10, 11 cows.
Oh, they're making quick work.
They are, yes. At first we were like, oh my God, look, the baby calves are like that. And now we're like, no, separate them.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's too many.
It's too many. You have to pay for the hay,
Okay.
the hay bales, the big hay
Yeah.
bales. You have to pay for shots. They have to be updated on their vaccinations. And then for the llamas, they eat the hay as well, so they share it. But we do like to get them like some treats here and there. They have to get sheared.
Okay.
Too much hair for the summer.
Yeah.
They'll overheat, and their nails have to be cut.
Is this like a childhood dream, or was this something that you decided to want as an adult?
I've always wanted a bunch of animals randomly when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I can't say it was like a dream.
Okay.
Like I can't say the Olympics was my dream, but like I can't say, oh my God, this has been a dream come true.
beyond just, training for the 2028 games, where do you see your life and career going 5 to 10 years out from here?
I like to take it one step at a time, one day at a time. I do not know what 5 to 10 years looks like, but hopefully future Gabby is more successful in anything that she does.
I love that. Do you have any large non-gymnastics goals that you'd like to achieve?
Non-gymnastics goals. This is gonna sound weird, but like getting my TikTok up.
Girl, get your TikTok up.
Yeah, it's just like doing things with more creators.
Yeah.
And
I'll be on your
doing more
TikTok. You want to dance after this?
Let's do it.
So I kind of want to wrap us up.
Okay.
I got to ask, 2028,
Yes.
are we seeing you at SoFi Stadium?
You're gonna be seeing me at SoFi Stadium. I'm excited. Yes.
That was such a bold and confident answer. You're like, yes, you will be seeing me.
You will be seeing me.
Okay, we're manifesting this.
Yes, we are. It is SoFi Olympics. Yes.
We are manifesting.
Come through.
Thank you so much for being here, Gabby. It was so exciting to learn about all the possibilities at the next level of your career, and I want to wish you good luck on your training for 2028. That's all we have for today's episode. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons and follow SoFi on Instagram and TikTok. See you next time.
To know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.